The Smallrig Fluidhead costs $49 and it's well priced to its competitors like Manfrotto, which will have your Fluidhead cost a whole lot more. I've been using a regular Ballhead, the default ones that mostly come with tripods, and the issue with that is that you want the X-axis always straight, especially for talking heads like this one, unless you're doing something artistic, but most of the time you want it straight. And when you have a Ballhead, you just loosen it up and the camera just dances around. And this Smallrig Fluidheads and like other Fluidheads have two axes. Either you pan it around or you lock it up or down, and then it means that the X-axis is straight most of the time. When it comes to the unboxing, it's just unproportionally big because the handle is just so large compared to the head itself, and they also managed to shove an Allen key inside the Ballhead just like all of other Smallrig's products. The setup is fairly simple. You remove your old Ballhead and you place this new Smallrig Ballhead on top. Do make sure you have the correct thread size, because I was surprised to find out you need a smaller one. I think it's a 1/4 inch. Luckily my tripod supported it, so I had no trouble at all. Also, do make sure that if you have a plastic thingy like this, do not put it like I put it here. I later on removed it because the bottom knob of the Smallrig Fluidhead protrudes out of the Ballhead and really obstructs with this small plastic, and it's really hard to use and I was afraid to break it. The Smallrig Fluidhead is built pretty well and I've used it for 2 months already. It's mostly metal all around except for the knobs, which are plastic, and they feel pretty cheap, so I'm not sure how long they will live. Hopefully still a whole lot longer. As for the movement itself, it's pretty fluid and I had no issues with it. It actually improved and made my workflow much faster because now I adjust my shots pretty fast. Just crank it up or down and move the camera up or down, you're set. That's it. Let's talk about the size. On the one hand, it's pretty good that it's small because it's fun to travel with. It's smaller than my previous Ballhead and probably smaller than most Ballheads or Fluidheads out there. Fluidheads are usually big. But there's one thing you should know and one gripe I have with this Fluidhead. The thing you should know is that if you open the knob all the way and you leave the camera, it just falls because gravity. But I think that's okay because it's a very small head. You should just be aware of that. Once you lock that knob, the camera doesn't move anywhere and I'm fairly confident in adjusting all my shots. Unlike my previous Ballhead that kinda sunk in each and every time. This is stable. And the gripe I have is that the Arca Swiss plate that they advertise isn't really an Arca Swiss plate. Well, it is, but just a very small, thin version of it, and I even had issues putting their own Arca Swiss plate into this Fluidhead. Why? Why Smallrig? So what I did is I bought this product, which ups the price just a bit but makes it a lot more usable. Just a regular Arca Swiss plate. And that's how I use my camera ever since. So please, Smallrig, if you see this video and you want to come out with a second version, just put a regular Swiss plate. It might add a bit to the weight and it might add a bit to the cost, but that's okay. We would like it a lot more than to just have a non-standardized version of an Arca Swiss plate. Should you get this Ballhead? If you're doing video, any type of video, and you still have an old Ballhead, yes, definitely yes, get this Fluidhead because it saved me so much time. It made adjusting shots and putting shots so much easier, and I could just take this time and invest it in something else much better to improve this channel. And if we're talking about improving this channel, give it the old thumbs up so more people will see it and more people can get a Fluidhead as well if they're doing video and save time in the process. If you're doing any type of B-roll and you want to make it more stable, you can check my review up here of this top handle, really small, or you can check what YouTube recommends down here. I've been Tim and I'll see you in the next one. Go out there and get a Fluidhead, save some time and save some money. Goodbye.